good morning. We've all been through an extraordinary 15 plus months that's accelerated digital transformation and the drive to cloud at an unprecedented pace. I don't think any of us imagined we could implement that much change that rapidly into our organizations in such a compressed period of time. Now, as we start to slowly emerge from COVID, the question we're asking ourselves is, where does my organization need to go next? I'm thrilled to have with me today Chris Patton, Managing Director, Digital Products, Charles Schwab, Daryl Washington, Group Director, Operations Services at the Coca-Cola Company, and Matusz Jajeski, Head of Consumer Experience Solutions and CX Product, Electrolux. Gentlemen, a warm welcome to Xperience, and thank you for joining our customer panel conversation today.
Thank you.
So Chris, it's been a busy year at Schwab. You've had 3 major acquisitions, TD Ameritrade, assets from USAA, and Motif, a really cool, innovative platform for customizing and personalizing an investment experience. So you've been pretty busy in 2020. So with that said, how does the combination of those acquisitions come together as you're shaping the customer experience of the future?
Yeah, it's a great question. Good morning. The acquisitions have really diversified our client base. So as we look at our conversational channels and our opportunities to engage with clients in more personable ways, first and foremost, we do what Chuck has always said, which is put the client at the center of everything we do. And then that puts forward our opportunities to be more personable, to understand that our clients might want to reach out to us in new and different ways. So they tend to be our advanced client base, tend to be more digitally focused. So we're expanding our capabilities into more channels to meet them where they want to be heard and where they want to talk to us. And we are starting to, bring forward more personalization, and it has to be more. That personalization layer has to be more than just addressing somebody by their title and their first name. Really, it needs to be understanding where they are in their financial journey with Schwab, starting to overlay some of the more prescient market conditions. Events from earlier this year certainly played a factor in how our clients engage with us and how we want to engage with our clients. And really just creating sort of a reinforcing ecosystem by bringing those conversational channels and those experiences that we have with our clients there back into our other digital channels. We often get requests from clients for new financial instruments, for help, for guidance, and all of that becomes a feedback loop into our other digital channels and experiences so that the content can be made more rich, our products can be made more accessible to our clients. It's certainly been a year of change.
That's really interesting. It's pretty unprecedented, right? Most companies in 2020 were not going through major acquisitions. And as you kind of reflect upon, and thank you for sharing a little bit about the journey and how you're seeing those things come together, how are we working together to really deliver that differentiated or different experience? And as you said, meeting your customers where they want to be met and how they want to be met.
Yeah, great question. So we've partnered with Genesys for the last 2 years now on this journey of standing up the platform, expanding our capabilities. So we work with Genesys pretty tightly on informing the roadmap. We look for features that we want to have in place and then ascertain to what level can Genesys support them, and put with your product people those things on a plan so that we can set expectations with our internal reps and with our business stakeholders, as well as with our clients about when things will be available. So as we look to the latter half of 2021 and 2022 and other channels like Apple Business Chat, integrating our intelligent assistant platform to bring chatbots and more of a concierge service really is the goal into the live chat streams, and always enabling our clients to be able to get to a live rep if and when they need it. Those types of features and capabilities are things that we work hand in hand with Genesys on, and really leverage that cloud-based scalable platform to do that for our ever-growing, ever-expanding client base.
That's awesome. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for sharing. And I want to come back in a few minutes, but I do want to go over to Matusz. So Electrolux, an iconic brand. You're a global leader, 60 million household appliances sold annually. I'm sure a number of folks in the audience probably have some of your appliances. I know I do. I did that check just to see. So really excited to have you here as well today. And, I just want to reflect for a moment. In our last conversation, you talked about linking business strategy to consumer centric transformation and transforming contact centers into digital driven care centers. Can you share with us why this transformation is strategic to Electrolux and how we're working together to achieve this outcome?
Yeah, sure. Uh, so as Electrolux, we are definitely on the journey of turning from more of a B2B centered company to the company that wants to connect with our end consumers and sell directly to consumers as well. And it is linked to our strategy to provide the best consumer experience and to provide the ownership solutions for our consumers who already own the appliance. And we would like to learn more about those consumers after they already own our product. Then we would like to go through this journey of ownership together with the consumers. And in order to do that, we need to understand them better. So we have launched a few years back a big transformation that is focused on our consumers, where we have introduced a set of tools and processes that allow us to have a unified consumer database and to have also the tools to track the journeys of the consumers throughout different touch points and to understand what the consumers want, what the consumers are looking for, what sort of information they are seeking, and with that we want to provide the best support for them, and this is linked to our strategy, of course, focused on consumer experience, but also on the opportunities that we see for aftermarket sales. To boost the sales of our services and product also after the consumers are owning our appliances, and also opportunities for cost reductions and opportunities for efficiencies. So all of that we are implementing with more and more automation in our contact centers, as you mentioned, where we want to transfer those contact centers into, as you mentioned, care centers, where we are able to see all the details of consumer journey, capture the data from different inputs that are captured both by the agents, but also by the conversational AI, by the bots and by chatbots and voice bots that we have introduced, and to analyze this data and visualize it and transfer it into actionable analytics that we can use to further improve consumer experience going forward.
That's excellent. So, just maybe as a follow up, as your that's a major transformation, and we're really proud to be a part of that with Electrolux. And as you're transforming contact centers to care centers and learning more about the customer experience, right? You have an amazing supplier network, and getting closer to your customers is one of the key strategies of the company. And as you're going through this transformation and learning more, what implications is that having in terms of some of the things that you're prioritizing as a company and as a business?
What we are prioritizing based on this strategy is the opportunity of direct to consumer sales. So we want to be the point of contact for the consumers when they are looking for a service or for additional product, consumables, accessories. What we also want to drive is a trend towards self-service. So that is one of the findings that we had throughout this transformation, that the consumers nowadays, they're really seeking the information and they want to do as much as possible on their own. So we'd like to provide them this opportunity through extended knowledge base available online, and the knowledge articles, and also the support provided by the bot. So with the expectations from the consumers that Electrolux will be available for them 24/7, they have a chance of talking to our bot, and they are able to solve the simple queries that they have, or to find the information they are looking for, independently whether our contact centers are open or not. And then finally, what we are aiming for is to create as much as personalization as possible. So based on all the data that we are gathering, we're trying to adjust the offering also to the consumer's needs, and track what they've been already experiencing with us, what sort of touch points we had in the past, and based on that information, provide the best offering for them that they need at the specific moment.
As somebody that uses your brand, I'm really excited to know that you are personalizing the experience and gaining the insights across each of the consumers that love the brand and use the brand. So thank you for that. So Daryl, hi Daryl, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's great to see you. Hey, so Daryl at Coca-Cola. So you've been focused on modernizing your CX infrastructure. And, last time we spoke, we talked a little bit about just your business in general and some of the strategies of the company, especially during pandemic. And one key strategy is about coming out stronger. And that strategy not only has implications to Coca-Cola, but you factor it into your thinking and transformation with your customers. I was hoping maybe you can tell us about, what you've done and the experience you want to deliver to your customers.
Yeah, sure. So when we looked at our customer satisfaction data and then our employee engagement and feedback, our customers told us that we were really just too hard to do business with. And then our associates told us that our systems made it really, really hard for them to support our customers. So 4 years ago, we set out on a journey to improve the customer and the agent experience by modernizing our systems and our tools and our applications and our processes. And so we started by sunsetting old, outdated, and unsupported homegrown systems that were built, if you can believe this, back in the 60s. And we implemented a more nimble Salesforce CRM. And then as we were finishing the Salesforce CRM implementation, we were preparing to sunset our aging and really inflexible telephony infrastructure. And we then moved to our new Genesys Pure Connect solution, which recently we've migrated to Genesys Cloud. And so when I think back 4 years ago, when our customers contacted us for service, that they really only had one channel available to them at the time, and that was through telephone. And so today, with Genesys and Salesforce, we now offer multi-channel support, leveraging two-way texting, chat, contact us, email support, and made it a much more modernized experience for not only our customers, but also for our contact center agents.
So I was wondering if maybe you might be able to share a little bit about how you think about the overall plan and strategy as you're thinking internally to Coca-Cola and to your employees. And what are you doing to help, your employees just get much more efficient and effective in the relationships that they have and representation of your brand with your customers?
Yeah, so when I think about the connection between the customer experience and the employee experience, that connection for us was hugely critical. And so customers wanted more convenience when engaging our services and support, and they wanted to be able to choose their preferred channel, and they wanted more of a self-service solution. And so our agents, on the other side, they wanted to be able to have easier access to the information that they need to provide the service for our customers. And they also wanted to be less transactional and spend more time handling, the more complex tasks. And so our newly modernized systems, really put us in a position to be able do just both of those things, and at the same time, reduce our cost to serve. So that connection has been critical to our success. And especially as we think about emerging stronger coming out of this pandemic, the self-service capability becomes hugely important for our customers because if you think about the labor shortage, particularly that's happening right now in the marketplace, our customers need to be able to focus on running their operations. They don't need to be focusing their time on worrying about their equipment and the uptime of their equipment. And so we want to create opportunities where when they do have to engage us for our support, that they're able to do that in a much more efficient manner. Again, using channels other than the telephone that enable them to be a lot more efficient and productive and to be able to get their needs met primarily through either automated means for example, using voice bots to help personalize the service, and then to help get them access to the support that they need, whether that be having us dispatch a service technician or having them reference um, the bots or knowledge management articles online to be able to self-serve and get themselves back up and running more quickly than they have in the past. And so I think that whole connection between our customer experience and our employee experience has really been critical to our success, especially as we emerge in these new conditions that the pandemic has created.
There's this symbiotic linkage, so they're not living separately. And I think enabling them in the way you just described makes a whole lot of sense. So thank you for sharing the story and journey. So I do have a fun question. It's a lightning round question for each of you, and it's the same question. So here's the question, and maybe, Chris, we can start with you, if that's okay. So the question is this. So we use the term superhuman service. That describes the combined power of your people and our cloud. So I'm curious, for each of you, what does superhuman service mean to you? And how are you superhuman with Genesys capabilities?
It's really about leveraging our entire digital ecosystem to meet the clients in their channel of choice to help them make more informed financial decisions. As I said before, we look at it on the other side as well, from the rep perspective, and ensuring that they have easy access to all the tools that they need when helping clients. So I think, through our custom integrations with Genesys to our various capabilities, we're looking forward to bringing, an ever evolving set of capabilities to clients and reps alike, and really revolutionize how we have conversations and interactions with clients across both live and asynchronous channels.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for that. So I'm going to go over to Matush.
Yeah, when I think about the superhuman, is this really, really great connection between the virtual agents and the real agents, how they collaborate together, and how we basically use the strengths of both the knowledge that has been captured for years with contact center agents dealing with consumers every day, with the power of AI that has access to unlimited sources of data and can support the agents. So it's actually a concept that we are developing together with Genesys. We are collaborating and we are creating this together as the agent assist capability that Genesys is offering in partnership with Google. And that's a lot of hopes that we have about this, because then we see that it's not only the consumer that can count on the support from AI, but also we have basically the contact center agent interacting with AI and getting advices from AI on the next steps, which product to offer, which service to offer, and how to provide the best consumer experience with all the data that the consumer needs. So I would say this superhuman service for us is basically combining all the potential of real life agents working together with the virtual agents.
Daryl, over to you. Same question.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, but I think, to me, superhuman means having powers or advantages that few others have, that really allow you to do what most people believe is either impossible or really, really difficult. And so for us, with Genesys, we are now in the position to be able to have all of the analytics that we need to deploy the functionality and the automation capabilities and the self-serve capabilities that we need in order to truly create a competitive point of difference. And that's in terms of the support that we provide to our customers, and also the ease in which our agents are empowered to fulfill against their responsibilities. And if we do all that right, and I think that we're now in a position where we can with Genesys and with our Salesforce solution, if we do all those things right, then I think that really puts us in a position to reduce our cost to serve, which for my organization is paramount to our success.
So what an amazing conversation. And thank you so much for sharing the insights that you've brought into today's discussion. I know while each of you and your organizations are on different journeys, and customer experience seems to be the common theme here that's central to your business strategy, and really in many ways the outcomes you're driving around growth and profitability, So you're leading a number of strategic transformations. That was clear from today's conversation. And we're super proud to partner with you to bring forward the power of us and achieving your business outcomes.